Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Southwest.
Win number 5 for your Rangers in this season's starting streak was a departure from the previous 4. Instead of pounding their way to victory, they found themselves pulling it out with pitching. Today's pitching matchup would suggest another low-scoring affair. In order to win 6 straight, the Rangers will have to go through the reigning Cy Young winner, King Felix Hernandez. Texas will counter with C.J. Wilson in what looks to be a great finale to a fantastic homestand. Getaway day at the home of the only team that is 5-0 so far this season. One of 3 undefeated left in the major leagues. The Texas Rangers hosting the Seattle Mariners in this finale of a 3-game set, and it is a good pitching matchup as we will see the 2 aces today. John Radigan here with Tom Grieve as we get you ready for a little afternoon baseball, and C.J. Wilson takes on King Felix Hernandez, nothing other than the Cy Young Award winner from last year.
And John, I think when you talk about trying to pick the best pitcher in baseball, you're probably talking about Felix Hernandez. He's only 24 years old. He'll be 25 pretty soon. He's durable. He led the league in innings pitched, almost 250 innings. He doesn't walk many batters. He strikes out a lot. Incredibly tough to hit. Opponent's batting average of about 212. The Rangers have actually done pretty well against him. Career-wise, he has a losing record. The ERA looks great, 3.89, but that's about 60 or 70 points lower than his career ERA against all teams. In this ballpark, again, a losing record, a pretty good ERA for this ballpark, but I think when you compare it to what he's done against other teams, the Rangers have probably had some pretty good success against him.
He got a complete game victory in his first start of the season on opening day against the Oakland A's. The Rangers hope to get to him and bring the offense back a little bit after yesterday's pitching duel. And the Rangers will send C.J. Wilson to the mound as Texas goes for another sweep. They try to sweep the opening homestand. Guess what? It's time to play ball, y'all. Brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. By the Progressive Insurance Group. For a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. And by Jack in the Box. Get the All-American Jack Combo for only $4.99 plus tax. Lovely day for baseball, breezy and warm. As Ron Washington and Jackie Moore get ready to bring you a little baseball and try to sweep the Mariners out of here. Here's the batting order for the Seattle Mariners. It's penciled in by Eric Wedge, Ichiro, Figgins, Bradley, Cust, and Smoke. They've been the top 5 in the order for each of the games so far this year. See the rest of the guys. Jack Wilson. Wilson moves up to the 7 spot today, but Ichiro stands in now. We get ready for baseball against C.J. Wilson.
Well, CJ's gotten to pitch at home on pretty much the same kind of a day. A day game, a lot of sunshine, and a lot of wind.
And you see that wind now. It's a strike in there to Ichiro to even things up at 1-1.
Rangers have done a good job so far in this series keeping Figgins and Ichiro off base, and that really is the key if you want to beat Seattle. Keep the 2 fast veterans batting first and second off the base. Friday against Boston, almost a quality start. 5 2/3, 2 earned runs, was in position to get the win. Red Sox ended up tying it. It's only given up 1 home run in his last 61 innings pitched.
Grounded to first. Mitch Moreland takes it himself against the speedy Ichiro, and there is 1 away.
And the other thing that we all know about him, he's tough on left-hand hitters. How tough? In his career, left-hand hitters hit 184 against him. Mariners have 3 left-hand hitters in their lineup. Suzuki, Cust, and Saunders are all left-hand hitters. They also have 3 switch hitters. Figgins, Bradley, and Smoke are switch hitters.
Figgins shows bunt. He's better as a right-handed hitter, average-wise anyway, at 286 compared to 247 when he bats from the left side of the plate. And he was great in the spring. Not off to much of a start this year. He appealed to first. CJ, the only Rangers starter who didn't figure in the decision in the first time through the rotation. Still, he pitched very well against the Red Sox on opening day, and the Rangers came back to win that game.
Figgins and Ichiro combined are 1 for 17 in the first 2 games. Last year, Seattle scored the fewest runs in a long time. And to be better, both Figgins and Ichiro have to have huge years, and then some guys in the middle of the lineup have to step up. Bradley, Cust, Smoke, whoever they might be, to drive them in if they're going to improve on last year.
This one is line foul. 513 runs for the Mariners a year ago. That was the lowest in the DH era in the American League. But that 513 also represents the lowest total that any National League team put up in that same 37-year span.
And they don't have a DH.
Exactly. This one is looped, and Elvis goes out and makes a great basket catch.
Wow, what a play. That's one of those little bloopers. Josh didn't pick the ball up right off the bat, actually took a step back. And Josh wasn't going to be able to catch it. But Elvis, looking like a wide receiver, sprints straight back, catches it over his shoulder, and shows the nice range that he has, and makes a nice play that Josh wasn't going to be able to get to.
And it'll bring up Milton Bradley.
Saw Bourbon on a similar play last night that Bradley hit. Those tough balls off the end of the bat that just bloop out there with big swings. They look like they're going to go farther, and it's a tough play for a center fielder. And Josh is appreciative of how far Elvis went out to make that play.
This one hit to left field. David Murphy coming on, and C.J. Wilson has a 1-2-3 start to this one. Rangers against King Felix coming up. In with Emily Jones.
Well, John, obviously the numbers and accolades of Felix Hernandez speak for themselves. The Rangers have become quite familiar with him over the years, but they say regardless of that comfort level, you really can't get too comfortable when he's on the mound.
Every time you face him, something different. You know, he's always got, 4 or 5 pitches that are working for him, and it could be different, in any start. So you got to grind it out with him. You got to see a bunch of pitches, try to make him throw a bunch of pitches, and hopefully makes a couple of mistakes.
The Ranger hitters obviously welcome the challenge of facing a guy like Felix. So does C.J. Wilson. He says the only bad thing about going up against Felix, he can't watch him pitch.
Ah, the disadvantages, Emily. Thank you very much. And Kinsler with a strike 2 count now from Felix.
Hernandez has pretty much 4 above average pitches: fastball, curveball, slider, and a changeup. And he has good control for a young 24-year-old pitcher.
Take a look at Ron Washington's batting order, and you will see that Ian Kinsler, of course, is at the plate right now and leading off again as he has all season. Elvis, Josh, and Adrian in the top 4. Michael's in the 5th hole as Nelly's in 6. David Murphy in left field tonight. Corey Alba back behind the plate. And Mitch Moreland is in the 9 hole tonight after a good night at the plate with a double and a triple yesterday.
In an era where you go into a season hoping you can have a couple of guys throw 200 innings for you, he's averaged 243 innings in the last 2 seasons as a 23-year-old and a 24-year-old. Led the league in innings pitched, 2nd in strikeouts, 1st in ERA, 1st in opponent's batting average, complete game on opening day. His opening start, no walks, 5 strikeouts, won a Cy Young, and he has all the pitches, and he can throw them at any time in the count. He's tough to pick up. He'll turn his back on the hitter a little bit, and he's kind of a little frustrated right now. He's made some great pitches to Ian, and this is going to be his 8th pitch right here. Pretty much what you hope your leadoff hitter will do. See a lot of pitches, give everybody a chance to look at them from the side before you have to go up there and hit them. And
another foul ball from Ian.
Look at his body language out there. He can't believe it. I mean, He's thrown him a changeup, a sinker, and now a curveball down and a little bit out of the strike zone. Look on his face. He's smiling. He's shaking his head. He can't believe that Kinsler's still hanging in there and that this will be his 9th pitch.
And now the count is full.
And this is just another example. You've seen the home runs, seen the walks, the base hits, the stolen bases. Another example of why Ian's such a great leadoff hitter. Going to see 10 pitches in the first at bat of the game. And he's going to get a walk.
He got the walk.
Yeah, you got the best pitcher in baseball completely frustrated out there right now. Catcher has to go out, talk to him a little bit. He can't believe that he made all those pitches and ended up with a base runner.
Here's your Mariners defense. Bradley, Saunders, and Ichiro with his 10 gold gloves out there in right field. Figgins, Ryan Wilson back at second base, and Justin Smoke at first base. And Adam Moore is back behind the plate today for Miguel Olivo, catching King Felix. Ian Kinsler's walk was a team-leading 5th walk already this season.
Hernandez's fastball, he can tune it up a little faster than he's throwing right now. He's 91, 92. He'll throw a 2-seam fastball, make it sink, and he gets a lot of ground balls and a lot of double plays. You have to make him get it up a little bit.
Good play over there by Figgins, but he gets only one, and that's Elvis at first, so Ian moves on to second base.
That's too bad. It's a hard hit ball right down the line, and the only reason that play was made is because of how quick Figgins is, how quickly he reacted to that ball. Elvis can't believe that ball didn't get down the line. It's a hard hit ball, and at that first step, how quick Figgins was getting to it.
Here comes Josh Hamilton. Josh has 3 doubles in his first 5 games. Hasn't hit the ball like many expect him to yet, but .263 and 4 RBIs, including one last night with a double. Fouls this one off. Hernandez now at 14 pitches. Ian Kinsler now on second base.
The A's scored a couple of runs against Hernandez early in the game. Josh Willingham hit a home run against him. After that, he pretty much shut them down for the last 6 or 7 innings.
Yeah, and we heard.
Go ahead, John.
No, we heard Mark McLemore say you got to get to him early. If you're going to get to Felix, you got to get to him early.
And the one thing that is really important, if you're a good enough hitter to do it, is to lay off the borderline sinker that's not a strike. And so far, Ian and Josh have both been able to do that. About all you can do with that pitch is beat it into the ground for an easy ground ball out.
That makes it 3-1 to Josh Hamilton, a hitter's count.
I think the other thing that probably doesn't help Hernandez is when he goes out there, he knows he has to pitch a great game to get a chance to win. The Mariners just don't score many runs. So he goes out there in the first inning and says, I can't afford to give up a run. Which means a couple of change-ups to Josh. Of course, first base is open, but he doesn't want to give up a run. In 7 of the last 14 starts he made last year, they didn't score a run.
Wow.
You know, you're talking about the Cy Young Award winner winning only 13 games. It's amazing he won 13 games on that team.
And historically low-scoring team from a year ago, and they're not off to that much better a start this year.
You know, pitching against the A's, it's a little more comfortable lineup to face. He didn't walk a batter in 9 innings. He's walked 2 of the first 3 guys he's faced in this game.
And this one is turned on and foul, just out of play. Adrian Beltre. Oh, for his last 13, but Tom mentioned it a couple of times last night. He's hit a lot of those balls hard. Just hit him right at people.
Yeah, I think with a little luck, he'd have 3 or 4 more hits if he just didn't hit them right at people.
It's another strike, and it's 0-2.
He wears his uniform kind of baggy, and you can really see the wind and how it's blowing down on the field.
It is howling on this 70-degree day. But we're bathed in sunshine at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington as the Rangers try to win their 3rd day game of the homestand. And a pretty good crowd for an afternoon game.
Gonna have 5-day games on the next road trip, 4 in a row, 3 of them in Detroit.
Off the foot of Adrian Beltre. That'll inflict a little pain. That's a strange schedule to have 3 straight day games.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Also got some chances for rain on that trip in those cities.
Hate to hear that.
Chilly weather and might be a little wet occasionally.
Baltimore, Detroit, and then New York for the first road trip of the season for the Rangers. And a swing and a miss, and Adrian Beltre is down on strikes. So that'll bring up Michael Young.
That's a 94-mile-an-hour sinker. Wow. Look at that thing drop. Tremendous movement. That's a 2-seam fastball with excellent velocity and the movement that you expect to get on some kind of an off-speed pitch.
Strike to Michael Young. Felix Hernandez was discovered in Venezuela at age 14, already throwing 94 miles an hour.
Poor 14-year-olds that didn't have much of a chance against that. Imagine facing him in a youth league game.
Not very many high school pitchers that throw it that hard. And Micah grounds it to short. Over to second the easy way as the side is retired. Nothing across for the Rangers. No score after 1. The program.
All right, thank you, John. Check out these fans. I tell you what, that is a set of antlers right there and claws. They are ready to go. Even got the brooms out today. You know, tomorrow the Rangers will not be playing here at the ballpark, but a noted Arthur will be here. Texas Rangers Baseball Foundation has joined J.C. Penney and their Arlington Chamber Foundation Visitor Bureau to bring a noted author to local schools to help motivate young students to read. Now, tomorrow, Jerry Farley will be right here at the ballpark. Diamond Club, come on out. Proceeds will go to a great cause. Log on to TexasRangers.com and find out more details. I tell you what, great job, guys. Let me shake your hand. There we go. Give this guy a hand here. Way to go. Keep it up, Ranger fans. Very nice. Thank you.
All right, Noxie, thank you very much. Jack Cust with a solid single to right field there to lead things off in the second. And it'll bring up Justin Smoke. First hit of the ball game by either team. Justin saw that 14-game hitting streak come to an end yesterday. He had hits in the final 10 in 2010 and the first 4 of this season. And look at here.
Not much room to drive that ball through with Ian out deep and playing him to pull. He hit it right between both of them.
Hit it hard and it got out there quickly. There's a big cut and a miss from Justin.
Mariners had a few chances in yesterday's game. The Rangers pitched really well when it counted most, especially Darren Oliver in the 7th inning. Bases loaded and 1 out. Tough part of their order, Figgins and Bradley, and you got through it.
This one is popped up, back and out of play. Right behind home plate. Yeah, you can't say enough about the job that Ollie did, but the youngster Ogando off to a great start in his starting major league career. His first start was a victory. Swing and a miss from Smoke, and he's down on strike. CJ gets him.
Nice pitching right there. No fastballs, just an assortment of off-speed pitches. All of them very well located. Finishing them off with a slider down and in.
Ron Washington told us today the only thing that surprised him about Ogando yesterday was that he didn't show nervousness at the beginning of the game. Wash thought he'd be nervous and then get over it. As it was, the calm, cool Ogando never really showed any nerves. Gets away from Torrealba, but he retrieves it quickly. We check in with Emily Jones, who's got a little bit more on that calm, cool Alexi Ogando.
Yeah, you guys were talking about just how calm he was, and Wash talks about him having ice water in his veins. So I asked Alexi after the game where that calm comes from, and I said, is it from hanging out with Neftali Feliz all the time? And he said, no, actually it comes from my mom. She's always been a very calming influence. I just grew up calm, and it's obviously translated onto the mound.
Wow, yeah, that's great. Nice to be able to mirror your parent in that regard. And your theory was pretty good too, because his good buddy Nefi Feliz is awfully calm and cool and collected for his relative youth and experience in Major League Baseball.
It's got to be a different experience for Alexi as opposed to being a reliever where you're out in the bullpen and you have to be ready to pitch every day. He has the luxury now of having thrown that beautiful game last night and now have 4 or 5 days in between starts.
Grounded foul down the third baseline. Yeah, a couple of days maybe to just relax, if you will.
And starting pitchers put a lot of work between starts. They have at least one bullpen session with Andy Hawkins and Mike Maddox. They do a lot of running between starts, so it's not like they just sit back and watch ball games for the next 4 or 5 days. They have a lot of work to do, but not the pressure of pitching in the game.
And actually, several of the players we're talking about today, how they're excited for tomorrow. Even though we travel to Baltimore tomorrow, the players are excited about the fact that for just the second time since spring training started, they don't have to do anything baseball related. No running, no working out, no throwing, no catching. Just fly to Baltimore. That's when it's hit right at Elvis, and it's over his head through the wickets.
Well, that's too bad. I don't know if Elvis took his eye off the ball or whether just a little too high to catch, but if he's able to catch it, it's an easy double play. Cust was running on the 3-2 pitch. I couldn't tell whether he jumped as high as he could and it just went off the tip of his glove. That's what it looked like. Almost a double play if he's able to catch that ball.
Yeah. The official scorer thought that it was a little too high to catch. It's ruled a single for Jack Wilson. It'll bring up Brendan Ryan. Runners at first and third with one out.
That can't be an
I'll
error.
check. It was an error now.
They called it an error, but it's hard to tell whether he should have caught it. Number one, it's a line smash. He jumped and it went off the tip of his glove. So that I don't know. If I'm the hitter, I'm a little bit upset that I didn't get a base hit on that. I thought it was a hit all the way.
Tough decision from the official scorer today.
It's a good example of why I would never be an official scorekeeper. It's a thankless job. You make every single call right, no one notices, and if you get a controversial one, everybody wants to chime in.
And now it's 3-0 to Brendan Ryan. Runners at first and third. C.J. Wilson trying to work out of a jam. That one's on the inside part of the plate for a strike and makes it 3-1.
Just like Felix Hernandez feels like he has to pitch a good game because his team can't score. CJ doesn't have that problem. His team can score, but they're facing a really good pitcher today, so he's doing everything he can to pitch carefully and maybe get that double play grounder to get out of the inning without a run. Got a left-hand hitter coming up next, so he's not pitching around him, but he's pitching him tough, trying to keep the ball down and get a ground ball double play. Try to get out of the inning without a run scoring.
That one's grounded foul from Ryan.
And now with 2 strikes, the strikeout comes into play, which would be very nice as well.
Nice time to get one. One out with runners at first and third.
There's bases loaded and 1 out in the 7th inning yesterday in a 3-2 game. Rangers got out of that inning.
That one's fouled back. And it'll stay 3-2. C.J. Wilson much better at nighttime than he was during the day last year, but he was 3-4 a year ago with a 3.42. In the sunshine, this one's high in the air to David Murphy. He makes the play and left. Cust tags and comes home. And it's a sac fly by Brendan Ryan. And it's 1-0 Seattle. We'll bring up Michael Saunders. With 2 outs now and the runner still at first base in the person of Jack Wilson. reached on what was called an error by Elvis Andrus.
If Elvis was able to catch that ball, obviously the inning's over, and it probably saves CJ 10 pitches. Many of them he had to throw to Ryan, and whatever he has to throw to Saunders right here.
CJ's at 31 pitches now. Runner goes. Yorvit bobbled it as he transferred from glove to hand. So Wilson has a stolen base.
I wouldn't be surprised if that error gets changed to a hit at some point in time. Good jump by Wilson right there. It's going to be tough for Torrealba no matter how he gripped the ball.
This one's hit high. Coming in to make the play is Nelly Cruz in right field. And the side is retired, but the Mariners get a run, and they lead it 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Tab, Texas Rangers baseball can be taken anywhere you go this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today and see every Rangers game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit TexasRangers.com to order or get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Nelly Cruz in there now against King Felix. Nelly with a .306 average lifetime against the reigning Cy Young Award winner from the American League. But he's quickly behind 0-2. Wow, 3 straight pitches and 3 big cuts from Nelly. And he's down on strikes.
Last year, Hernandez had the lowest run support of any pitcher in the league. They only scored 3 runs a game for him. In his 12 losses, they only scored 7 runs while he was in the ball game. So 1 run for him. That's pretty big output.
Feels like he's working with a big, huge lead, a big bulge.
Got a cushion now.
Yeah. David Murphy now, his 50th at bat against King Felix in his career. There's the curveball.
Yeah, this kid can really pitch, boy. He mixes his pitches up. He's got great movement. He's got all the qualities you want. He's big, he's strong, he's durable, he's got control, he's got all the pitches. He changes speeds, he has movement. You name it, this kid's got it. And you could argue you might take Roy Halladay or you might take Cliff Lee. I mean, you can argue there's some other pretty good pitchers.
Murph right back through him and out into center field.
I think when you add up all the factors, including age and durability, it's tough to come up with anybody better than him.
Solid single by David Murphy.
Like he hit a changeup. Off-speed pitch, breaking down around the knees. Shot it right by Hernandez into center field.
Yeah, actually that one went through the wickets. King Felix now will deal with a runner at first base and 1 out. He knows these Rangers will be aggressive on the base paths, so he checks David back quickly. Yorvit Torrealba played for the Mariners back in 2005. And this one is roped into center field by Torrealba. Hit it so hard there's no chance for Murphy to go anywhere but second. But there are runners at first and second now. And Mitch Moreland coming to the plate.
Another rally for the Rangers. They had a couple of men on and 1 out in the first. Same thing here in the second on 2 well-hit balls. One by Murphy, and that fastball is really stroked up the middle with some authority. There aren't many teams in baseball that will ever have a guy better than Mitch Moreland batting 9th for him. Just shows you how strong that lineup is. I think what Ron Washington likes to do is mix up the left-hand hitters, so he's got Murphy 7th and Moreland 9th with Torrealba in between.
And Murph's on second and Torrealba's on first, and now Mitch Moreland has a chance to drive in some runs. He had a triple and a double yesterday. That one gets behind Moore, but not too far behind him, so the runners stay. Mitch has batted only 8 times against Hernandez, but you get the feeling that King Felix knows what Mitch Moreland can do at the plate. Swing and a miss there. Two balls and a strike to the Rangers' 9th place hitter today. That means the top of the order, and Ian Kinsler is on deck.
Good eye by Mitch. Battling up there. Not going for that low sinker, which could end up in a double play grounder. Work the count to 3-1. Hernandez doesn't want to walk him. You got Kinsler coming up next with 1 out.
And he walked him.
It's a lot different pitching against the Rangers than it is pitching against the A's. Mentioned that he went 9 innings against the A's and never walked a batter. He's walked 3 out of the first 9 that he's faced so far in this ball game. Good at bat by Mitch. Just didn't swing at those tempting sinkers.
Some of that, I guess, is scouting report, just knowing what he's going to throw you.
Yeah, they have good scouting reports, and as many times as he's pitched against the Rangers, 6 times last year and pretty much 5 or 6 times every year before that for 3 or 4. These guys have seen him quite a bit too.
Ian grounds it to third. Figgins over to second and safe at second base.
Now there's a huge break.
David Murphy scores.
They got an outside chance to turn a double play if Wilson's able to hang on to that ball. It's a hard hit ball, and so Ian's not going to get too far to first base before Figgins fielded it. If Figgins' throw is fielded cleanly right here, there's a decent chance that they turn a double play. As it is, the Rangers pick up a run on the error, and they're still loaded and only 1 out.
And as we saw Monday night, Wilson's a good defender, but it is just his 5th game at second base.
That'll go as, I'm sure, an error probably on Wilson, but it also be an RBI for Kinsler. You can't anticipate a double play, and if they only got one of those runs would have scored, so he will pick up an RBI.
And now it's Elvis to short, over to Wilson for 1, and that is an overthrow by Wilson, who's having a tough go of it here. 2 runs come in to score.
The other thing he had was a tough slide by Ian Kinsler at second base, and that's why the throw went wild. It's a pretty decent chance for a double play, but when we see the replay, you'll watch Ian's hard slide into second, takes out Wilson, forces the bad throw, and the result is 2 runs for the Rangers. Watch the slide, and down goes Wilson, and wide goes the ball, and 2 runs score. So the Rangers, on 2 potential double play balls, pick up 3 runs.
And here's Josh Hamilton. More look at Ian's slide.
He had time to get the ball off, but he knows Ian is right on top of him. It definitely influenced the bad throw.
And so it's 3-1, I should say, in favor of the Rangers, who have just scraped a few runs up here on the board. This one is fouled by Josh Hamilton. And there's the slide again from Ian.
That's what Wilson knows is coming if he stands his ground, which he did. And even though it looked like he had time to throw the ball, the fact that Ian was closing in on him, I'm sure influenced that throw.
Big swing and a miss from Josh Hamilton. And the side is retired, but not before they get 3 runs on the board and retake the lead. It's 3-1 in favor of the Rangers as we head to the 3rd inning. Geico Insurance, where 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by AT&T. It is 3-1, the Rangers with the lead as we head to the third inning, and Adam Moore steps in against C.J. Wilson, backup catcher for the Seattle Mariners, who was behind the plate 60 times a year ago, and that numbered the most for any catcher in the Mariners organization last year. Big league level. And CJ starts him off with a first pitch strike. Mariners got a run in the second, and Texas responds quickly in the bottom half of the inning with 3 to make it 3-1. That one's a little low to Moore. So it's 2 balls and a strike. Grounded toward Beltre. He makes the play. Long throw. Easily made. And Adam Moore is retired. This is the 44th game in which C.J. Wilson has pitched against the Seattle Mariners. Many of those as a relief pitcher. He's got 7 saves in the previous 43 and a 6-4 record. And here's the top of the order in Ichiro.
Ichiro 1 for 10 in the series. He hasn't scored a run. Figgins is 0 for 9. Whoa.
Wow.
You're waving at me. Hello.
Yeah. Unlikely swing from Ichiro.
Rangers have made Ichiro look bad in this series. Kind of pulling off that slider. Thought it was a fastball.
Not easy to do to make Ichiro
No.
look bad. And in fact, a lot of times those little excuse me swings wind up as infield hits for him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He can look bad and still get a hit.
Now he's behind 1-2. He chops it right back to Wilson. Nice play by CJ. And there are 2 away. And here comes Figgins.
Beat it right into the ground. A good sinking pitch. And as we talk about with CJ, it's like having an extra infielder out there. He's a very good fielding pitcher.
Hear the wind blowing through the microphones. That's the sound that you hear in the background. It is a breezy day here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. And it's that same breeze that typically will carry the ball out as long as you keep it low towards right field or right center field. If you get it up too high, the wind will affect it. Same wind we saw here on Sunday when David Ortiz hit one that David Murphy told me he thought was going over the Greens Hill. It was hit so hard, and then the wind just stopped it in midair, and Josh was able to catch it. There's a bunt right at first. Mitch Moreland will tag him, and Figgins is retired again. The side's retired again, and the Rangers lead it 3-1 after 3. defensive change. This one's hit sky high and looks like it's hooking out of play, about 2 rows deep. Luis Rodriguez is the second baseman now. So Jack Wilson, may have
something to do with that slide by Ian into second base.
There's Luis.
Clean slide. Nothing out of the ordinary about the slide. Just hard-nosed baseball, going in hard, trying to break up the double play.
And that he did. And it was part of a 3-run inning for the Rangers. Beltre and Felix are good friends from Adrian's days in the Mariners organization. They've only faced each other in 1 game. That's when Adrian was in Boston last year. That one's grounded to third, and it handcuffs Figgins, and Adrian Beltre is on first base.
That's got to be a base hit with the hop that took. Ball gets that top spin, and this last hop takes a tough hop on Figgins. Very difficult to anticipate that kind of a hop.
That'll bring up Michael Young. He hits it to short. 6-4 to 3. And there are 2 away. And the next Rangers home game is Monday, April the 18th, when the Rangers host the Angels. All fans will receive a claw and antler cap, compliments of Fox Sports Southwest, and Progressive in honor of the 2010 American League champions. Reserve your seats and your caps today at TexasRangers.com. Here comes Nelly Cruz.
Hernandez was among the league leaders last year in inducing ground ball double plays. He got 2 of them last inning. They just weren't turned. And already he's got one here in the 3rd inning. That's from that hard sinker that he throws. Rangers, for the most part, have done a pretty good job laying off that pitch, and a lot of them have sunk out of the strike zone.
Nelly struck out on 3 pitches last time up, but this time he's already seen 3, and he's ahead 2-1. Fouls this one back.
Yeah, all fastballs too. Just not quite catching up with the fastball so far.
And here's our Ford leaderboard on this day. We show you the strikeout leaders since the year 2006, and it's King Felix. And we will see all 3 of the others, or have the chance to see all 3 of the others, on the road trip as Nelly goes down swinging for the 2nd straight time against King Felix. And the side goes down 1-2-3. 3-1 Rangers.
skip day.
There we go. If they keep winning, you'll be out here a lot more, I'm sure. More senior skip day. Planning on it. There we go, John.
Noxie, thank you. Did he say the seniors could have gone to Chuck E. Cheese? No, the seniors.
They could have.
I guess they could have.
It's open.
Yeah, I guess they could have. Appreciate that, Noxie. They could have gone anywhere they wanted, and they chose Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. We're awfully glad they did. Here's Milton Bradley starting off the 4th inning against C.J. Wilson. These guys were teammates back in 08. Five straight crowds of 30,000 plus here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Don't know if we'll get to 6 in a row with 30,000, but the 5 in a row is still the most since the year 2001, the first year of Alex Rodriguez. The team drew 30,000 plus in 10 straight.
I haven't added it all up, but it seems like with the crowd today, we've got to be somewhere around an average of 40,000 fans for the 6 games.
Yeah. And this is a good one for a day game. And they're being treated to a pretty good one with the Rangers leading it 3-1.
Yep, Rangers taking advantage of some defensive plays that went their way in the 2nd inning.
And that's exactly the kind of thing Ron Washington is talking about when he talks about pitching and defense.
And we'll hope that Jack Wilson is okay. It appeared that he had to come out of the game after the slide into second by Ian Kinsler. And we'll just keep our fingers crossed that everything's okay with him.
The 2-2 to Bradley is hit in the air to right. Nelly's coming on. He makes the play. Let's get to our Geico quote of the day. Speaking of Ron Washington, he says we're going to win because we can pitch and play defense, not because we go out there and bang the baseball, because that's not going to happen consistently.
You know what? I couldn't agree with him more. That's the same with every team. Very few teams win by just pounding the baseball. They win because they've got good defense and good pitching. Now, you can't win without offense. But you can lose with great offense. We've seen Ranger teams in the past.
Many times, yeah. Jack Cust beat the shift last time. You see the shift here now. Elvis Andrus over on the right field side of second base. Ian basically out there in right field. Not easy to beat, but Cust did it last time with a single, and he scored a run. One gets behind Torrealba.
We received a nice batch of cookies in spring training from Karen from Argyle. She always sent up a new batch today, John. You may have to check them out. They just got here. Chocolate chips over there.
Oh, beautiful.
As well as our friends Melody and Russ from MR Pigs sent up a barbecue feast today. Thank you very much, Melody. She always sends up a couple of new things every time. Today it was a salad was a little bit different. Dessert was a little bit different.
That was my first go round with MR Pigs, and I'm a big fan already. Man, that was tasty.
Won't be your last.
No, we appreciate them very much.
New addition to the booth this year too. A nice long table. Forms a nice buffet line for us.
And we do share it. We do share our food with the various other media here in the press box and make sure we share the wealth and spread the word for places like MR Pigs. Full count now to Jack Cust. And he swings and misses, and CJ got him on strikes.
Well, Cust is up there battling. In fact, he got a hit first time up against CJ, who's so tough on lefties, and there's a reason why. That hard slider down and away is just hard to lay off of.
So you see there, $12.5 million spent in the offseason on, among other things, that new scoreboard. and the nice long table here in the TV booth.
Well,
I don't know.
We love broadcasting baseball, but it really is about the food when you come right down to it.
There's no question.
As I've been reminded a few times in the off season, I had a few people say to me, "Do you really think we care what you eat up there every day?" I said, "Well, no, but some people do, and we're trying to please everybody."
That's right. And oh, look at there's the table.
That's our big, long, beautiful table.
It's it's perfect. It's functional.
A lot of jealous people out there right now. Also,
yeah, they got to see those cookies.
Also, some people throwing stuff at the TV right now, too. I apologize to you people. I urge patience. It's a great thing to practice.
Yeah, plate full of cookies and some of the cake left from MR Pigs over there. And there's a strike. It's Justin Smoke. We made short work of the barbecue, as you can easily see. Nothing of that left over there. And oftentimes the batches of cookies or the food that's sent up is from some of the best, longest time Rangers fans out there. And we are going to recognize and honor them for that.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate this crowd appreciating the situation.
And my favorite comments from the people, and they're frequent, are something like, "This recipe was my great-grandmother's. It's been in our family for 100 years. We hope you and John like these as much as my family has." Now, how can you not recognize that?
Yeah.
Besides, if we didn't talk about it, people would stop sending it.
That's right.
You think we're crazy?
Yeah, that's exactly right. We know why they send it. Full count pitch, chopped toward Wilson. Bobbles it for a second, but makes the play and retires Justin Smoke. 1-2-3, go the Mariners. Rangers with a 3-run lead. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. TNT trivia question, and today we are wondering who was the Rangers' leading hitter in day games last season with a minimum of 100 at-bats. We've got the answer coming up for you in the next half inning of our AT&T trivia question. David Murphy standing in against King Felix. Gets 2 quick strikes on the Rangers lefty.
David got the Rangers rally going with a 1-out base hit back in the second inning. A couple of singles and then a walk and a couple of errors. Led to 3 runs for the Rangers.
David's outside for a ball, and it's 1-2. David's hit safely in 12 of his last 13 games here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Loves hitting in front of the home crowds. Texas native and former Baylor Bear. He slices this one toward shortstop. Quickly making the play is Brendan Ryan. And David Murphy is out. Bring up Yorvit Torrealba. He too had a single his last time up and scored a run. He's now scored 5 runs for the Rangers this season, which has him tied for 3rd on the team in runs scored.
The Rangers have faced some good pitching in the Seattle series. Eric Bedard making a comeback from injuries, threw the ball well the opening game. Rangers forced him to throw a lot of pitches, but still, he's a veteran pitcher who had good stuff. Michael Pineda, one of the really nice looking young rookie pitchers in the league, was terrific yesterday, and of course Felix today. They combine that with the 3 pitchers the Rangers saw with the Red Sox, whether they were in the top of their game or not. Lester, Lackey, and Buchholz. And 6 games through the season, the Rangers have seen 3 really good pitchers.
Torrealba hits this one towards center, and it's down for a base hit. Back-to-back singles by Yorvit Torrealba. He's kind of liking this matchup with Felix Hernandez.
Yeah, not many guys step up there and line 2 shots to center field against him.
Those are his first 2 ABs against King Felix. So he's batting 1,000 against the reigning Cy Young champion. And it brings up Mitch Moreland. Mitch got a hard-earned walk his last time up, and he scored a run. Felix at 63 pitches now. And he's doing a little housekeeping. And now he's ready to face Moreland. Hits it hard, right at second. Back to first and out at first base is Yorvit Torrealba. So the side's retired. Still the Rangers lead it 3-1 after 4. Rangers ballpark in Arlington as we answer the AT trivia question. Who was the Rangers leading hitter in day games last season with a minimum of 100 at-bats? It was Julio Bourbon who led the way for the Rangers during the day last year. He's been replaced in center field by Josh Hamilton today. And we welcome Mark McLemore to the booth. Good to have Mac along for the 5th inning.
Good day, gentlemen. A beautiful day at the ballpark today.
Couldn't be much better. A little windy, I guess.
A little windy, but we'll take it.
Yeah. Especially the way this team is playing, off to a 3-1 lead here and a 5-0 start to the season. And now we'll see Luis Rodriguez against C.J. Wilson. You were a second baseman. What do you think of the Ian Kinsler slide into Jack Wilson earlier in the game?
Well, usually the rule is
Rodriguez hits this one hard in the gap in right center field. He's headed for second base. Played by Josh Hamilton out there. And it's a leadoff double.
Usually the rule is if you're at second base, then and a play happens, you're fair game if you're around that bag. But if you're away from the bag, then it can be a little suspect. But I thought Ian was fine.
We don't know for sure if that's why Wilson is out of the game, but Rodriguez is in and he's on second now.
Well, Rodriguez making the most out of his opportunity. Not a lot of hard hit balls today for Seattle, but there's one line shot in the gap for a double. See if CJ can pitch around that leadoff double.
There's a strike. The bunt attempt drawn back by Ryan.
That's pretty good hitting there, guys. You know, a guy comes off the bench to face C.J. Wilson first time up and hits a double.
Not bad. Probably thinking, why didn't you start me in the game?
Yeah. This one grounded through the hole, past a diving Ian Kinsler. Stopping at third base is Rodriguez, and it's a good thing he did. Good throw from Nelly out there.
Not especially hard hit ball, but kind of slices it. Pretty good pitch to hit as far as location in the strike zone goes. And he found a hole going the other way, trying to move the runner over to third base. He did that and he got on base himself too.
That'll bring up Michael Saunders. 1 for 7 on the year for Saunders. That one came yesterday. He was 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. But it adds up to just a 143 average for the season. And this one's grounded to Ian. Back to Elvis for 1. Over to first. He's safe at first base and the run scores.
Never occurred to me that that wasn't going to be a double play.
Thought there was no chance he'd beat that out, but you got to give him credit. He got down the line.
He did. He got down the line quickly. Wow. The difference between no RBI and an RBI. Let's see if anything went wrong here. Pretty good play. Ian gets it over there quickly. I don't know.
Just good effort by Saunders.
Just beat it out.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. Not a lot you can do about that.
I did not know he could run like that.
So like last night, it's 3-2 in this game with the Rangers leading by a run. And this one is just dribbled back to the pitcher. CJ over to Mitch for the out.
For a big fella, he gets out of the box good. He's going hard, and he just doesn't look like he's moving, but he really was. He hit the ball hard.
Yeah.
You know, so you think it's an easy double play. Ken's got rid of the ball very well, and Elvis came across the bag and gave him a good firm throw, but Saunders got down there. I'm surprised.
You just won't see that exact same ball turned and a runner beat it out at first base very often. It was going to be a run anyway. There was nobody out when it happened. And if CJ gets Ichiro right here, it doesn't make any difference.
Saunders is a big fella with a big stride. That one's just foul as Beltre dives for it and tries to get it in foul ground. Saunders at 6'4", though, has a big long stride. And he's at second base now. CJ's ahead of Ichiro 0-1. Once again today, the all-time hits leader for the Mariners is hitless. He's only had one in the series. That'll even things up at 1-1. That one's outside for a ball. Mariners lost 101 games last year. It was the second time in 3 years they'd lost over 100. Lost 101 in 08, 101 in 10, with an 85 win season in the middle there in 2009.
If they don't lose 100 this year, it'll be because of their starting pitching. Their starting pitching looks fairly solid. Felix Hernandez, Pineda last night. Vargas is a really good left-handed pitcher.
Darted threw a great game.
Yeah, sure did. So they've got some good starting pitching, which could keep them from doing that, but they're just going to have to figure out a way to score some runs.
They've got 2 on the board today, and with that inside pitch, it's a full count to Ichiro.
The fifth starter's Doug Fister, and he's pitched some good games in the past against the Rangers, so they've got a solid starting staff.
Yeah, that Pineda looks like he's got tons of upside. Bedard looks to be coming back from injury.
And Fister gave us fits last year.
Yeah, he did.
Ball is fouled. And so we'll do it again at 3-2. As good as that Mariners rotation has been, the Rangers rotation has been better thus far. Not only against the Mariners, but against the Red Sox in the first series of the year. 4 of the 5 Rangers in the rotation getting a win in their first game of the season. And in fact, CJ's the only one who didn't. Quick conference with Torrealba. And with 2 out and 1 on, we're ready for the payoff pitch. And he walked him. CJ's at 77 pitches now here in the 5th inning. 51 of them for strikes. And Sean Figgins steps in. He had a meager pop-up to the shortstop his first time up. And was tagged out by Mitch Moreland last time.
You know, I really don't mind that walk to Ichiro there. Ichiro's a much more dangerous hitter right now than Sean Figgins. So even though Ichiro's on first base, he's not really going to steal and go to second. There's already a runner there. And I think I'd rather face Sean Figgins, even though he's a right-hand hitter, against a left-hand pitcher.
There's another strike to Figgins. You don't want to call it intentional, but almost an unintentional intentional walk to Ichiro there. As CJ pitched him carefully.
Yeah, it's not a bad way to pitch Ichiro, really, because he's not a guy that's patient. He swings at a lot of pitches, so you can get him to chase bad pitches.
And this one is chopped toward third. Adrian Beltre will make the play. He stopped.
Fans love that.
He stopped Saunders in his tracks and didn't get a chance to tag him, so he tagged the bag, and the side is retired. They get a run, though, and trim the Rangers' lead to 3-2. Visit your local Lowe's for savings and a free MLB fan guide. Compliments of Scott's. Ian Kinsler stands in against King Felix. Felix and C.J. Wilson, the aces of their respective clubs, and each had 64 pitches after 4 innings. That was number 65 and 66 for Felix, and he's behind 2-0. This one comes straight back. Oh, it was headed towards us, headed toward the table.
That almost got the buffet table. That could have been a disaster.
Almost got the cookies.
I'd throw my computer up before I let it hit the buffet table.
Yeah. And this one's fouled back too. Cookies are safe though. It's in the front row of the club section. John Radigan, Mark McLemore, and Tom Grieve here, trying to protect our precious bounty of food over there. Producer Kurt Dykert brings up that there are 2 major leaguers in here, former major leaguers. One of them the doctor of defense, and it still almost hit the table. I think if it would have gotten a little closer, one of them would have dived.
Well, yeah, I would have dived out of the way. There's a reason I retire. I don't know about you, Tab, but there's a reason I retired.
I go by the theory, once you have bad hands, you never lose them. That ball actually hitting it in the hand, and the umpire said that it looked like he tried to check his swing, and I think he said he swung at the pitch, and therefore it's a foul ball.
And it evens the count at 2-2.
Let's see what happened. Either that or it's the old hand as part of the bat one.
That one's fouled hard toward the Mariners dugout.
See. Oh, he definitely went through the zone and swung at it.
And it definitely hit him.
It definitely hit him. It's called a foul ball.
This one is hit to straightaway center field. Saunders waits on it and makes the play. For the first out of the 5th inning for the Rangers. Bring up Elvis Andrus.
I guess technically you could say Ian got a break there, because if you swing and miss at a pitch and it hits you, the ball's dead and it's a swing and a miss. So he definitely swung at that pitch, and if in fact it hit him, then it could have been strike 3. But I think generally, if you check your swing and the ball hits near the bat, near your hand, it's tough for the umpire to determine whether it hit the bat or the hand. I think the home plate umpire, Alfonso Marquez, just ruled that that was a foul ball.
One and one to Elvis.
Usually when a guy does that at the plate, that means the pitcher's ball is really moving.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's in one place and you're getting ready to start your swing, and then it moves 6 to 8 inches, and to go inside that far and hit your hands, that's a pretty good pitch.
And that's a pretty good one there too. Strike 3 for Elvis.
It's just not fun facing this guy, Mac. That sinker that he throws just dive bombs out of the strike zone. Rangers have actually done a decent job today laying off that pitch. They've worked him for 3 walks.
They have. That's his bread and butter pitch, because that sinker looks just like his fastball, and that's what makes guys swing at it so much. But if you don't get to him early in the first couple of innings, it's going to be extremely difficult to get him after that, because for whatever reason, he finds that rhythm.
He seems to have it now. There's a strike to Josh Hamilton. 5 strikeouts on the afternoon for King Felix.
Yeah, the reality is, if the Mariners are able to turn a double play, and it might not have been an easy double play, but it was a potential double play, they might have gotten out of the 2nd inning with no run scoring.
That one's a little inside, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think we're seeing on both ends why King Felix won the Cy Young last year with a 13-12 record. It wasn't because of his record. It was a lot of it had to do with the team not scoring a lot of runs for him when he kept them in ball games. Because if they turn that double play, or those 2 double plays, it's a different ball game here. When you're only scoring 1 or 2 runs, it makes it difficult, because no matter how good of a pitcher you are, you're going to give up a couple of runs here or there.
This one grounded to first base. Taking it himself over there is Justin Smoke. And we thank Mark McLemore. Good job as always, Mac. Watch him on Rangers Live with Dana Larson immediately following the game. 3-2 Rangers as we head to the 6th. second inning, and a couple of them were unearned. The error by the normally sure-handed Jack Wilson there plates David Murphy, and then on another potential double play ball, the throw is errant, and a couple of more runs score, and the Rangers lead 3-2 now. As we show you the Corona line score, 3 runs on 4 hits for the Texas Rangers, 2 on 3 for the Seattle Mariners, and it is the pitcher's duel in many ways that we expected. C.J. Wilson and King Felix matching each other pitch for pitch, both at exactly 80 right now. And this one is hit from Bradley into the gap in right center field. He's headed to second base.
That's the same pitch that Rodriguez led off the last inning, and it lined the same way into the gap in right center field. Fastball up, got a lot of the plate, out over the plate. Maybe not a fastball, but it's a pitch that Bradley can handle up and out over the plate. Might have been a cutter. Tough to tell.
Either way, Milton Bradley's on second base, and Jack Cust will stand in. Once again, the infield shift is on. Only Adrian Beltre is over on the left side of the infield. The other 3 infielders over on the right side. And once again, he beats the shift with a hard hit ball to right field. Rounding third and headed home is Bradley. He is in, and we're all tied up at 3 runs apiece.
A good day for Cust against CJ. It's a pretty decent pitch, down and away. Looked like a cutter. He's had a couple of hits, scored a run the first time up, drives one in right here.
And it'll bring up Justin Smoke. Infield back in its normal configuration for the former Ranger, who married his high school sweetheart in the offseason in November. Justin makes his offseason home in Charleston, South Carolina. And he's behind C.J. Wilson, 0-2. Wind seems to be howling just a little bit more right now, picking up a little bit as the day goes on. Justin's got a hit in 4 of the first 5 games for the Mariners, but nothing today and nothing yesterday. This one's grounded to third. Beltre to Kinsler to Moreland. 5-4 to 3. That is a double play.
Nice to see that ground ball before that turned into a rally. Good pitch by CJ. Got Smoke to hit it on the ground. You hit it on the ground and the Ranger fielders field it, they'll make the play.
And they did. And it brings up Luis Rodriguez. Rodriguez replaced Jack Wilson after that fateful second inning. And he doubled and scored a run his last time up. That was outside, and it's 2-0 to Rodriguez. And this one's grounded toward Elvis. He makes the play to Mitch Moreland, and the side is retired. But the Mariners get a run and tie this thing at 3 runs apiece. Rangers come to bat in the bottom of the 6th. $400 and dinner for two at a Sonic Drive-In. And today the Rangers are hitting for Gracie Ann Carroll from Grand Prairie. If the Rangers hit a grand slam during the inning, Gracie Ann Carroll from Grand Prairie will win $25,000, and you can register at any North Texas Sonic. First pitch strike from King Felix to his buddy Adrian Beltre. Started to talk about that meeting they had against each other last year in Boston when Adrian was a member of the Red Sox. King Felix struck him out. And then Beltre went back to his position at third base, and he started jawing at Felix in the dugout. Started saying stuff to him from his position at third base, and he got thrown out of the game. Umpire thought he was serious, and he strikes out here with the putout, 2-3. Umpire thought Adrian was serious when he was jawing back and forth with King Felix over there, and he tossed him. And then Adrian really went nuts. Said, "I'm just kidding. He's my buddy." So they've been going back and forth. Felix told Adrian that he was going to strike him out 3 times today, but that is the second. But Adrian's also got a single off of him. That was in the 3rd. Here's Michael Young.
Well, Mac was talking about pitchers like Hernandez. You get a chance to get him early, you have to take advantage of it. And I think that's true with any ace of a staff. If they're struggling early and you let them off the hook, they generally find the rhythm and turn it around. Not that the Rangers necessarily let him off the hook. They took advantage of their one opportunity in the 2nd inning and scored 3 runs.
But now at 3-3, we're sort of back to square one. And somebody will have to score off of somebody else's ace. Here's Nelson Cruz. 2 strikeouts and 2 trips to the plate against King Felix. Nelly's hit him before. Comes into the game with a .306 average against Felix in 36 at-bats. And that'll even things up at 1-1. His 4 home runs lead Major League Baseball. And he grounds this one to Figgins. Across the diamond to Smoke, and the side's retired. 1-2-3 go the Rangers, and we're all tied up at 3, headed to the bottom of the 6th. Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. C.J. Wilson winning the battle of the pitch count. He threw 8 in his last half inning to get to 88. King Felix threw 9, and he's at 89. They've matched each other since the 4th inning. They were both at 64 after 4, both at 80 after 5, and now it's 89 to 88. CJ with 1 less as we start the 7th inning against Brendan Ryan. Lifetime St. Louis Cardinal, who was traded to the Seattle Mariners on December the 13th. High and away for a ball. Ryan played a career high 139 games last year at shortstop in the Cardinals. The Mariners intend to use him more at shortstop and Wilson more at second base as they await the emergence of a good up-and-comer Dustin Ackley in their organization. There's a strike from CJ. Ackley was the number 2 pick behind Steven Strasburg. And this one's hit toward left field. Going back is David Murphy, and he makes the play.
That's a nice play. That ball was really hit hard. That's one of the hardest hit balls that the Mariners have had in this series. Ryan can't believe that that ball was caught. That's his best bolt right there. David gets a great jump on this ball, turns his back, knows right where the ball is, and spears it right in front of the 390 sign. The last 3 leadoff hitters have all hit the ball hard. Rodriguez and Bradley lined doubles into the gap. Both of them scored. Ryan made an effort to drive one into the gap in left center field, but the nice play by David results in that out.
Oh, good angle there.
Yep, that was a hard hit ball.
Yeah, I think that was the hardest hit of the 3. And David hauled it in. And now CJ's ahead of Michael Saunders, 0-2. That one's a little in tight. Saunders had a fly out his first time up. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 5th inning. Now it's 2-2 in a tie ball game. And you see the pitches by inning. That 8-pitch 6th inning. And that one is caught on a line by Adrian Beltre.
Well, 2 hard hit balls, 2 outs. Saunders sliced that ball, low line drive. Adrian speared it. 2 up, 2 down, but 2 well hit balls.
Adrian threw it over to first just for good measure, but the out call was made on the caught liner.
Nice positioning right there. Playing way off the line against the left-hand hitter. Had him right there to make the play.
And now it's the 9th place hitter, Adam Moore. He grounds that one fouled on the 3rd base line. CJ had 11 pitches in this inning now. Both of these guys really seem to be finding their rhythm. One's fouled back. 99 on the day for CJ, so the next one will be his 100th pitch. And that's number 100. What do you have? About 110 in his opening start.
All the Ranger starters will get an extra day between their next start because of the off day on Thursday.
And that one is in there And going into the corner, David Murphy plays the carom.
Was hard hit balls in this inning. Line drive out to David, liner to Adrian. That ball was ripped down the line by Moore.
And he's on second base. Torrealba out to talk with C.J. Wilson. And Arthur Rhodes is up and warming in the Rangers bullpen. C.J. exited that opening day start at exactly 109 pitches. He's 7 shy of that now. And he's facing the top of the Mariners order in Ichiro. That one's inside. Ichiro 0 for 2 with a walk in the 5th inning. And now he's ahead of CJ 2-0. Patented tug of the sleeve, and we're ready to go. And that one's low for a ball, so it's 3-0 to a man whose name translates to firstborn. And he walked him again. 4-pitch walk to Ichiro. And first base was open again.
Yeah, CJ's had to battle today. It's a day where he doesn't have his best stuff. But he's navigating, trying to get through the 7th inning and keep this game 3-3. Looks like Ron Washington is going to give him another hitter right here. He's handled Figgins pretty well today. Yeah. Figgins is 0 for 3.
And CJ's not quite to the pitch total of his last outing. He's at 106 right now. 3 shy of opening day. There are runners at first and second with 2 out in a tie ball game. Torrealba aligns the defense, and now he gets ready, as does Sean Figgins. Figgins with a pop out and a couple of ground outs. And he grounds this one back to CJ. He gets it over to Moreland, and he gets out of this inning with 107 pitches on the game so far. It's 3-3 and stretch time. You a great deal for most April and May Rangers home games. Upper level tickets for only $10 or Lexus Club Terrace tickets for $15. Bring any Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper can to Rangers Ballpark or enter Dr. Pepper as the coupon code on TexasRangers.com. David Murphy stands in now. Felix Hernandez still on the mound. And he's now up over 90 pitches on the day.
Well, the guys that have done most of the damage are down at the bottom of the order. Murphy, Torrealba, Moreland walked and scored. Torrealba has a couple of hits. David has a single. They've all scored a run.
And this one's another one right back up the middle for David Murphy.
That was scorched, too.
And let's check in with Emily Jones.
Well, guys, I asked David if he was kind of the poster boy for how to handle yourself in this deep lineup that's ever changing by Ron Washington. He said, you know what, I'm not the only guy that's doing this, and maybe I'm getting the most attention because I've been around the longest. He said, but if anyone had any questions about exactly how this thing was going to work out, the proof is in the pudding and the results speak for themselves. So no one complaining about having days off or having to split time at respective positions.
Thanks, Emily. Ron Washington talked a lot about that, too, the other day. He was talking about how he was reminded how guys are going to start lobbying him. Well, you know, I'm fine. I can play. No, I can play. And he said, yeah, I'm sure you can, but we're going to play 162 games this year, and we're going to, he hopes, make a deep run in the playoffs, and I'm trying to do everything I can to keep you healthy and ready and fresh and rested for this long run that we're about to embark upon. And he says, I'm going to go with my gut. They can lobby all they want, but Ron says, I'm going to go with my gut.
I don't think he's going to have to worry about lobbying. It starts with Michael Young.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I don't know how any player on the team can go into Ron Washington and lobby for anything when they see the sacrifices and what Michael Young has done for the team. And when your technically the captain on the field handles his situation that way, then everything else falls right in place.
Ron will do things like he did yesterday where he gave Nelly Cruz what Wash likes to call a half day off when Nelly was the DH yesterday. You want to take that bat out of the lineup, but give him a little bit of rest. Murphy's on the run. The ball is hit high in the air to left field. Easy play for Milton Bradley, and David heads back to first. And here comes Mitch Moreland. I believe if you looked at all of the batting orders and all the games in Major League Baseball today, Mitch might qualify as the best ninth place hitter on the day, the way he's accounted for himself. A walk and a liner to the second baseman for the Rangers' ninth place hitter. There's a strike to him. Tampa Bay just can't win for losing. The LA Angels beat him again today. 5-1 the final there.
They only scored 8 or 9 runs in 5 games.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of players in the offseason. Carl Crawford, Carlos Pena. That's a pretty good part of your offense right there.
Just right there, yeah.
Let alone the closer, Rafael Soriano. Still have some good players, but they're going to have a little bit more difficult time scoring runs this year than they did last year. Yeah, they've opened up 0-5 at home.
That place was a morgue when they were winning. And there you see C.J. Wilson's numbers. 108 pitches officially. 3 runs. Only 2 of them were earned. A couple of strikeouts and a couple of walks. And now Felix Hernandez is at 98 pitches. So basically keeping pace with C.J. Wilson here. David Murphy on first base. 1 out and a 2-1 count to Mitch Moreland. That one's high and foul. Back into the club level.
Juggled and caught.
Yeah, a little bobble and a little catch. Nice play by the fan there. And it's 2-2. Ian Kinsler waits on deck. David Murphy on the run. Throw to second. Not in time. David Murphy steals second base.
That sets up the go-ahead run in scoring position now for Mitch. Mitch has worked the count to 3-2. Got Kinsler coming up next. No double play in order. So David take a look in to know what he needs to do, and that's just get there, slide, and beat the play. Sees that Mitch isn't swinging. Good jump by David that time.
Got there pretty easily, and so we'll look at it again in our Fox X mode. Look at this. See that dirt kicked up, and the efficient slide of David Murphy. And Mitch Moreland now grounds it down the first base line. There comes David Murphy rounding third. He's headed home. The Rangers break the 3-3 tie with a double by Mitch Moreland. And it's 4-3 Rangers.
Well, it's been the bottom of the order today. 2 hits for Murphy and 2 runs. 2 hits for Torrealba and a run, a walk, and a double for Moreland. A run and an RBI as well. Mitch follows up today after a double and a triple last night against a tough pitcher. He hits a breaking ball on 3-2 and just gets it by Justin Smoke down the right field line.
Rattles around in the corner for a minute, and then Ichiro comes up with it. And now Carl Willis, the pitching coach for the Mariners, will come out and talk to Felix. Great job of hitting by Moreland, who hit the full count pitch. And it emphasizes how critical the steal was by David Murphy.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe it wasn't the wind that was howling earlier. Maybe it was that guy, Chewbacca with teeth.
It's one happy looking werewolf right there.
Boy, is he ever.
Or whatever he is.
Yeah, he can't be a werewolf. They're not allowed out during the day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, remember? Yeah, so it's something. I always wonder about it's not too bad today. I always wonder about wearing one of those masks on the hot days. And you'll see guys out here in the 100-degree days wearing masks like that. I can imagine how hot you get. There's a strike to Ian Kinsler. Felix now at 103 pitches, and he's even with Ian at 1-1. 1 out and 1 run already in here in the bottom of the 7th inning as the Rangers take a 4-3 lead. And that one is sliced foul. Into the crowd, which is energized by the recent turn of events here. The double by Mitch Moreland that scored David Murphy. And that one is chopped toward third. Figgins on a big hop gets Ian, but Mitch is now at third base. And it'll bring up Elvis Andrus. Elvis reached on that errant throw by Jack Wilson back in the 2nd inning. He hit that would-be double play ball that was broken up by a great slide from Ian Kinsler. Other than that, he grounded out to the third baseman and struck out. So Elvis looking for his first hit of the day.
Looks like Arthur Rhodes is warmed up, ready to come in and pitch the 8th inning. It would appear that way anyway. That's a good thing we signed Arthur Rhodes. He will have pitched in 3 of the first 6 games, and so will Darren Oliver.
Grounded to third. Figgins makes the play, and the side's retired. But the Rangers break the 3-3 tie thanks to that man, Mitch Moreland, with the RBI double, and it's 4-3 Rangers as we head to the 8th. Great hands play of the game, and the pitcher has to have pretty good hands to throw it. In this case, pretty good hands to catch it. C.J. Wilson busy fielding his own position out there today, as C.J. Wilson had several comebackers, all of which were converted into 1-3 putouts. C.J. helps his cause on this day, and C.J. is done for the day. He's the author of our great hands play, and there you see him on the bench with Matt Harrison watching as Arthur Rhodes now steps in. CJ goes 7 innings, 3 runs on 6 hits. Only 2 of the runs were earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. And here's Arthur Rhodes.
Yeah, this will be Arthur's 3rd appearance in 6 games, just like Darren Oliver. Felice has already had 4 appearances, and if this game stays the way it is, he might have his 5th if he comes out to try to save it in the 9th. That'll show some pretty good durability. Might pave the way for all closers training as starters in spring training, the way he's come out of the gate throwing the ball.
No kidding. And that's a pretty good way to come out of the gate throwing the ball for Arthur Rhodes, with a strike to Milton Bradley on the outside part of the plate. Smash to Beltre.
Wow.
He makes the play and the throw and the scoop and the out.
Wow. That was a smack. I don't know how he caught that ball. It's the 2nd or 3rd time in 6 games that he's done that. He got some kind of hand-eye coordination to be able to backhand that ball, and then gets a lot of help at first base from Mitch Moreland, who scoops it out of the dirt. That's a one-hop smash. Ball's by him. Down, could have been down the line for a double, and Mitch saves the play. What a play. It hadn't taken long to see why people regard him as the best fielding third baseman in the American League.
No question. Wow. And actually got him. It wasn't as close a play as it looked like to the naked eye.
No, Seattle's not going to say anything after that other than we've seen him do that for 5 years when he played for us.
Sure. Cust flies out to David Murphy.
That is some kind of play. Watch this hop.
Gosh.
He almost, even though he's sliding, he's almost keeping his eye on the ball to catch it.
Ryan Honora, the umpire, right there. Make sure he calls it fair. And a good scoop by Moreland over there at first base to execute a perfect little 5-3.
And one thing that helps you make a lot of appearances, if you can keep the pitch count down. Arthur Rhodes is going to get through this appearance with 4 pitches.
Wow. Let's take a look at Mitch Moreland, who made the final putout, but whose best play may have come on the back half of a great play by Adrian Beltre. And the side is retired. 1, 2, 3, go the Mariners. Bottom of the 8th on tap. Rangers lead at 4-3. Who has done more than Adrian Beltre? Stops Michael Saunders in his tracks and then starts a little double play right there. And how about this one? Good play to catch the liner, and then the piece de resistance, the best of the day in that 8th inning to protect a 1-run lead. Adrian Beltre doing more on defense. Brought to you by Home Depot.
Former Ranger Chris Ray is going to come in to pitch the 8th inning. And it looks like Darren O'Day is warming up in the bullpen. It won't be Felice 5 times in 6 days.
Ray gets Hamilton to hit one into the hole there between second and short. And it's a leadoff single for Josh as we check in with Jim Knox.
All right, John, time for the Progressive fan of the game. These guys looking pretty good, all decked out in paint, but we have to give it to 4.5-year-old Atticus, his grandfather Frank, and his grandmother Mary Beth, all from Arlington, brought him to the game. Now, where's Atticus from?
Gloucester, Massachusetts.
All right, so this is his very first game. We're going to make him the Progressive fan of the game. There's the hat, there's the shirt. Congratulations, Atticus. A Boston fan now switching to a Ranger fan. Way to go, guys.
Knoxy, thank you very much. I do love the runner-up bit, and those were some spirited Rangers fans chanting the name. What a great name, Atticus. Our fan of the game. And he's here with 25,048 others. 25,049 in the stands today. Another good crowd. This one's grounded to third. Figgins makes the play over to second for one, and not in time to get Beltre at first. There's Darren O'Day.
Darren comes on to try and get the save in the 9th inning. And Nuttall will not only get today off, but he gets tomorrow's off day off. So after pitching 4 times in 5 days, 2 days off will be a welcome rest for him and make him ready to go when we get into Baltimore.
Now it's Michael Young looking for his first hit of the game. Ray, the former Orioles closer, and as you remember, former Ranger. He's another one of the guys that got a American League Championship ring handed to him by John Daniels and Ron Washington earlier this week. And this one's grounded past a diving Luis Rodriguez. Beltre is headed towards third. Michael Young's on at first base, and the Rangers got a little something cooking against Chris Ray.
Not a bad idea to pick up an insurance run. Hard hit smash by Michael right past Rodriguez. Fastball catches most of the plate, at least the inside part of the plate. Michael goes the other way with a one-hop smash into the outfield. Now Nelly Cruz can pick up a run right here.
Smile from Michael Young, and Nelly's no doubt glad to see that King Felix is gone, and Eric Wedge is now headed to the mound. And the Mariners manager is going to his pen. Looks like he's going to get Brandon League.
And League is the closer, and I think right now that what the Mariners are saying is we can't wait to have a lead. We got to stop this rally right here and give ourselves a chance to tie it in the 9th inning.
So we will talk about League and finish out this 8th inning right after this. And Chevy is a proud sponsor of youth baseball programs throughout the state of Texas. If you would like to learn more about Chevy's commitment to youth league baseball programs, visit your local Chevy dealer. It is Brandon League who is now in there, the closer for the Mariners.
The League has good fastball, sinking fastball. He throws from kind of a 3/4 arm angle, and he can get it up there in the mid-90s occasionally. Also throws a splitter, which is a pretty tough pitch to hit. They acquired League from the Toronto Blue Jays. And with Dave Aardsma on the disabled list, he's their closer right now.
And he starts Nelly off with the ball low. You saw that record for League with those 9 wins. He ranked #1 among relief pitchers in the American League with wins last year. And Nelson Cruz powers this one to the gap in right center field. It's headed all the way to the wall. 1 run is home. Here comes Michael Young rounding third. He's headed home. Nelly's in at second, and the Rangers have padded the lead. It's 6-3 Texas.
It just goes to show you can turn around a day with 1 swing of the bat. That's a pretty good sinker down. Nelly had struck out a couple of times. He grounded out. And now all it takes is 1 swing of the bat to have a big day. 2-run double. Gives the Rangers a 3-run lead. Good, nice job of hitting by Nelly right there.
And a little insurance for the Rangers. And the first runs scored that weren't scored by the 7, 8, or 9 hitters in this game for the Rangers. That time it was the 4 and 5 men. Beltre and Young score. Prior to that, Murphy scored 2 runs, and Torrealba and Moreland have scored. And this one's chopped toward short. And a big hop. David Murphy is retired. Nelly moves to third.
Well, fan's pretty tough on the umpire.
Yeah, I think the fan wanted David to be safe there.
Boo. Could hear it throughout the stadium.
20. And let us now head down to the Rangers live set and say hi to Dana Larson.
And hi to you too, John. We've got the post-game show coming up right after the game. Mark McLemore, Jim Sundberg will join me. Emily Jones will work the clubhouse for player reaction. We'll hear from Ron Washington, get you set for the Rangers' first road trip of the season. And also Jim and Mac will answer your text questions. All that and much more coming up in just a bit, guys.
Can't wait for that, Dana. Great post-game show coming your way. Make sure you keep it right here to hear what the guys are saying after the game. Yorvit Torrealba having a 2-for-3 day, couple of singles and a run scored in the second inning. He'll try to pick up Nelly Cruz, who's standing at third. Rangers have finally broken this one open. Here with a couple of runs in the 8th inning, they now have a 3-run lead.
As CJ battled to get out of the 7th inning. Got Figgins to ground back to the mound with a couple of men on. Kept the game at 3-3. The Rangers scored in the bottom of the 7th inning. If they hold the lead, then CJ stands to get his first win of the year.
Yep. He outduels the reigning Cy Young Award winner from the American League. Nelly stays at third base. Numbers strikingly similar between the two pitchers today. Each guy had 7 innings. Each guy allowed 6 hits. CJ allowed only 3 runs. Felix allowed 4. Each of them allowed 2 earned runs, and there were 3 walks by Hernandez, 2 by Wilson. Felix did have 6 strikeouts as compared to only 2 from C.J. Wilson, but 108 pitches for C.J. and 107 for Felix Hernandez.
Yeah, Moore did something on that last ball that he blocked in the dirt. He's got the manager and the trainer out there.
He's trying to walk it off, and he may be walking right out of here. Yeah. He is limping his way out of here as Miguel Oliva will replace him behind the plate. Yeah, he's not putting any weight on that either.
League is going to bounce this ball in the dirt. Let's see if we can see what happened here.
Didn't look like anything had happened at that point.
I don't think it's happened yet.
Now he's feeling it.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, he had to stretch his leg when he went down to block it. He ran after it. He planted his feet. It's tough to tell exactly what happened. Might be the quickest I ever saw a catcher get into a game after he had to be replaced.
Yeah.
Had to come in as a replacement. Olivo must have been sitting there with his catching gear on.
I was thinking the same thing.
He was on the field before Moore got off the field.
I know. I was thinking we were going to have a little bit of a delay for him to find his shin guards and get them all strapped up, but Olivo's in there. And the 2-2. Jorvik grounds this one back toward the pitcher. Lee to first, and he is safe at first base. That means Nelly Cruz is safe at home, and the Rangers lead is now 7-3.
It's been a series where Seattle just has not made the plays defensively. Defense has hurt them in all 3 games. And you compare, you know, the plays at first base. Mitch Moreland picked it out of the dirt on that play from Beltre. This ball is not picked out of the dirt, and the Rangers pick up another run.
The error is on Justin Smoke. It's an E1.
There's no way that can be an error on the first baseman. When there's a ball in the dirt, you can't give an error to the first baseman. I've never seen an error given to a first baseman on that ball. I'd give one to the pitcher for a bad throw. Now, you'd like to see it picked.
Yeah.
But if the ball bounces, it becomes a play that's not anywhere close to being routine. Now, Seattle's going to be a team this year. They're not going to score a lot of runs again. They're going to have good starting pitching. But to make the starting pitching as good as it can be and give them a chance to win games, they're going to have to play really good defense. And that just hasn't been the case today. First game, Ichiro missed a line drive in right field. The Rangers scored a couple of times. Saunders didn't make a play off Mitch Moreland yesterday, and a run scored. 2 balls at second base. Potential double plays weren't made. The Rangers scored 3. That play's not made. The Rangers score another. So pretty much throughout all 3 games, the Rangers have benefited by pretty shabby Seattle defense.
And that is an E1.
Okay, good.
As you thought. Yeah,
I think what happened was the scorekeeper went back and saw the replay and realized that the ball was in the dirt.
Wave and a miss by Mitch Moreland, and Brandon Lee finally retires the side, but not before the Rangers put 3 on the board. And the lead is now 4. It's 7-3 Rangers as we head to the 9th. Brought to you by the Progressive Insurance Group. For a money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. And by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. And it is the 9th inning. And it is Darren O'Day on the mound. Non-save situation, as it turns out anyway, with a 4-run lead for the Rangers. And Darren is very good against this Seattle team.
Now, Darren's thrown the ball well in his couple of opportunities coming out of a spring training where it didn't go that well, but that's the case for a lot of pitchers in Arizona. It's a whole different ball game once the regular season starts, and that's good to see.
The O'Day song goes up. Darren's got 13 consecutive scoreless appearances against the Mariners. That encompasses 12 2/3 innings. And in his career against the M's, a 1.69 ERA. This one is sliced. Foul by Rodriguez. Rangers came into the game with a team ERA of 3.28, and that was best in the American League. And the starters' ERA was 3.0. Pitch is hit high in the air. Yorvi Torrealba might have a play on it, and he does, and he makes it, and there's one away. Rangers trying to go to 6-0 on the season for the first time since 1979. Well, actually, they were 6-0 back in '96 and got to 7-0, but the last time they were 6-0 was '96. The time before that, the only other time, was '79. (7-0) is the best start ever by a Rangers team.
Well, there's a chance that they might go into Baltimore and it'd be 2 undefeated teams.
Yeah.
The Orioles are 4-0 right now. They've got to beat the Tigers tonight, and I think tomorrow night. They've got a couple more games against the Tigers.
One's fouled out of play. Yeah, Baltimore and Detroit took yesterday off. But the Rangers are the only team that is 5-0 right now. Cincinnati hosts Houston later. They too are undefeated at this point. The Reds are, but they're 4-0. It's 2-1 from Darren O'Day to Brendan Ryan. Kansas City leading the White Sox 6-3 now in the 9th inning. Royals are off to a good start.
Yeah, they win today. They're 5-1. $25,049 fans showing their appreciation for the Rangers here. The full count pitch.
from Darren O'Day. Fouled off by Ryan.
Yeah, got a break right there. It looked like it was a little bit outside. Somehow Ryan was able to get the end of the bat on it to foul tip it. That's way out there. I don't know how he got a piece of that ball.
And Ryan calls time. And now O'Day and Torrealba with a quick conference. Make sure they're on the same page as Darren tries to close this thing out. Rangers leading it 7-3. After they put up 3 runs in the 8th inning, 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 7th to break a 3-3 tie, and then 3 in the 8th. Little insurance. And another foul by Ryan. Rangers have already won this series. First time since '96 they've won the first 2 series of the year as well. And this one's hit right at Ian. Moves just a little bit to his left and makes the play.
Ryan's had a good day at bat today. He had the sacrifice fly, a base hit. Last time up he hit that shot to the warning track at the 390 sign that David Murphy ran down. And he just battled Darren right there. Darren threw him everything he had. And Ryan hit a line shot right at the second baseman. A nice job of swinging the bat today by Brendan Ryan.
And now it's Michael Saunders. Strike to him. Darren takes something off that one. And the crowd is fired up about the possibility of a sweep again and a perfect homestand. And this one's hit high in the air. Ian Kinsler calling for it. And there you go, boys. The Rangers are 6-0. It is a perfect homestand. It is back-to-back sweeps of the Red Sox and the Mariners. And it is the Rangers winning the duel of aces today. They beat the reigning Cy Young Award winner, C.J. Wilson, with his first win of the season. And the Rangers beat the Mariners by a final of 7-3.
Now, the Rangers took advantage of some lapses in defense to get out to a 3-1 lead. Seattle battled back and tied it, and then the Rangers had the big hit from Nelly Cruz. He drove the double into the gap. That kind of broke the game open, a 2-run double. And Arthur Rhodes and Darren O'Day come on and close it out. Get the first win of the year for CJ. All the way around, another good team effort by the Rangers.
Rangers Live is coming up next. We'll talk lots about this 7-3 victory. The Rangers are 6-0 for the first time since 1996.